Hey guys, Keith from Gat Daily here, and what I want to go over with you guys today is the qualification I've been writing about here for a few months with the United States Army. Both the United States Army and the United States Marine Corps have looked to upgrade their rifle qualification tables to bring them more in line with modern tactical shooting as opposed to the old school bullseye shooting systems that they've been using up to now, where it's very static, it's very by the book, very by the numbers. There's not a lot of movement involved in the qualification. It's very much just lay there with a rifle and take shots. I apologize for the audio setup. I didn't bring anything to actually shoot this video today. The camera's sitting on an ammo can. But going back to the Army qualification, the new Army qualification shoot, it's still a 40-round qualification. It's still going to be scored out of 40, but there are a couple of new elements involved. One of the big ones is the use of a VTAC barrier and changing how the supported shooting goes with the United States Army Qual. Instead of a 20 rounds supported from prone, 10 rounds unsupported from prone, whatever that means, and then 10 rounds kneeling, it's a contact shot. You drop prone unsupported, you go to prone supported, you go to kneeling supported, and then you do standing supported, all three of them with the barrier involved in order to improve your hit capability. And instead of it being very segmented, like, all right, here's the 20 shots, stop, reload, make sure everybody's okay, coaches check everything, and it just stops and there's no flow to it, the new qualification is a start to finish test. Time starts, you have your 40 rounds and your 4 magazines. Time ends when the last target pops and it times out. There's no stopping in between. If your rifle has a problem, you have to solve that problem. You're going to be graded by the coach that's there on the line for solving that problem. The Marine Corps is looking at a very similar format when it comes to this, so that it actually grades and it actually gives commanders some feedback when it comes to, does the soldier, does the Marine, does the sailor and the airman, people who are using the M4 or whatever weapon system they're issued, do they actually know how to run the weapon system, or are they just listening to literally step by step by step by step instructions and managing to get the correct score? So the new system is, again, start to finish 40 rounds instead of 20, stop, 10, stop, 10, stop, see if you passed or not. And as opposed to not having a 300-yard range with the pop-up targets, I'm just going to transition between the left and right 50-yard targets, and I'm going to go through the body mechanics and hopefully catch that on camera. And the entire drill is around 4.5 minutes. The TM that has the new drill actually lists the specified time in which this is to start, this is to end, and you should be able to cycle soldiers through so fast, but we're going to give it a go here and see what I can come up with. For reference, again, I'm not using an M4 with a CCO, I'm using a SCAR 17 with a SIG Tango 6T optic. All right, so as you can see, there's a lot more involved. You take a contact shot from standing, that will be a 50-yard target. You hit that target goes down. Well, whether it goes down or not, that's your shot. After the target goes down, you immediately go prone. You fire off the rest of your shots. Then you reload, transition positions, go to the supported position, start firing your shots. And you keep going. Because you're keeping on the gun and you're manipulating the gun and taking your shots, the commanders can see, your NCOs can see, anyone doing the evaluation and figuring out where deficiencies are can see that, hey, this soldier knows what he's doing with the rifle, but this is the problem, longer distance shooting is the problem, or this soldier doesn't know what they're doing. They haven't been properly trained. This hasn't been properly refreshed. We're not spending enough time doing this. They can't run the M4. They can't run their weapon system. Or they can run their weapon system. This soldier does just fine. Shot 25, shot 30, shot 40. All right, guys, hopefully that was illustrative of the body mechanics involved in the new Army marksmanship qualification drill. And that's the nice thing about the new system, is it is a drill. It's one complete 40-round, 50-meter to 300-meter shooting drill. And because it's a single drill, it's easier to get a better data pool for both the soldier and the chain of command to evaluate what's happening with an individual soldier and why can't they shoot, where the weaknesses are, and how do we improve on that. The biggest failing of the old system is the fact that it was too step-by-step. It was too micromanaged. But because of that micromanaged step-by-step formula of the old system, you couldn't figure out really what the soldier was doing. The soldier just passed or failed, and that was their check mark for the year, or whenever they could get back on the range if they were able to at all. So the new system allows much better observation. There's a much bigger data pool to see where the soldier's struggling, what needs to be retrained, and give a pathway in order to do that retraining for the chain of command. On top of that, because it is an uninterrupted drill, the soldier themselves can retain all this information and understand, wait, this is my rifle actually working. This is my rifle doing all the things that my rifle is supposed to do. The old step-by-step format was so micromanaged that the soldier didn't learn any of the feedback from their rifle. They weren't able to remember any of the feedback from the rifle. They were just looking for feedback from the tower, whoever was running the line. That's where they were looking for feedback. They didn't care what the rifle was doing. So this has benefits on both sides, both for the command staff side and the individual soldier side. This is a much, much better system because of the improvements in the overall information that's brought through the drill. And the greatest thing about it is the only piece of extra equipment it really involves is that. It's a piece of plywood.